Hey guys, Arakunrin Damola here again, and welcome to the fourth class of this web design course. In today's session, I'll walk you through everything you need to know about the WordPress dashboard, choosing or installing your own theme or website template, all right, installing plugins and other best practices. But before we jump right in, if at any point you feel you are getting a ton of value from this video, please do not hesitate to hit that subscribe button or like and comment your thoughts and doubts. I will be more than happy to help you. Without any further ado, let's jump right into my laptop screen. Hey guys, Arakunrin Damola here again, and welcome back to the class. Okay, so in the last class we talked about domain name server settings, adding your domain, email setup, and of course WordPress installation. All right, we were able to install our WordPress even though we couldn't get it to work. All right, and of course right now what we're going to be working on is showing you the login, WordPress dashboard area and all. Now this stuff I had to leave it. I wanted to show you something, so I didn't do anything to make it work. But what I've done, like I said I was going to do, was chat with the customer support, and this is our chat. Okay, just after I finished recording the last video, I sent them a message, and immediately they responded to me, very fast resolution, and they told me that the domain is actually loading fine. So it means that it is not loading on my end, all right, but it is loading on their end. So it says the domain is loading fine for me. Screenshot, send me the screenshot. For new domains, it may take few hours to reflect due to propagation, just like I mentioned. All right, it said, would you like a copy of this chat emailed? I will say, no, I don't want it sent. All right, of course, I can start a new chat if I want, but I'm not going to start a new chat. So I've come back here again. You see, if I refresh, this site is not still going to open. So what am I going to do to make this work? All I need to probably do is to clear my cache, all right, or try to open this in incognito mode or something, or whatever that I need to do. Maybe even use my VPN, all right, and then continue working. But what I will first of all do is press Ctrl Shift, all right, and then I will reload and see if it's going to work. Okay, if it did not now work again, so I'm going to go back and clear my cache. All right, so after doing this, let's see if it works or not. If it did not work, all I need to do is go and clear my cache. Okay, it did not work, so I'll come back here and say each tree. No, is that what I want to do? I'll say more tools, all right, and I'll say clear browsing data, right? Okay, and I'm going to say in the last hour. Okay, I'm going to clear all of that. Okay, and I'm going to come back here again and try to do the same thing. Ctrl Shift and reload and see if it will work or not. Now, if it doesn't work, I'm going to try to open this in incognito mode and see if it is working. If it is working, then it has to do with my browser. Now, these are some of the things that you will encounter. Now, I could easily, pause this video or probably go and do it, all right, and then start recording, and then you won't know what to do if in case you got hit by something like this. All right, so what I would do now is I'm going to do incognito mode, all right, and I'm going to say 𝗬𝗂𝗯𝘀𝗀, all right, and see if it will load fine, all right, for me on this end. Okay, if it doesn't load again, that means it has to do with my internet or my browser or whatever. And then what I will now do is I'm going to now have to do what I call using VPN or something. So right now I'm going to use my VPN, all right? Okay, and try again to see if it will work. If it did not now work, there's something that is happening. Now, you see with my VPN, everything is working fine. So it simply means that it is the Nigerian factor that was not working fine with it. So this is what your website is going to look like once you first of all create it. Now, look at it. This doesn't make sense. Hello world, mind-blowing, a blog about philosophy. Now, this doesn't make any sense. This is what you're going to see. Proudly powered by WordPress. 𝗟𝗲𝘁'𝘀𝗰𝗋 Education Fund. Now, this doesn't make any sense. So what are we going to do? We have to now revamp, all right, this website. Now you can see it's showing not secure, but don't worry. Once after 48 hours or so, once everything has, with your website has been fully propagated, it's now going to be showing secured. So don't worry, don't worry. Do not fret, do not fret. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to cancel this, all right? And I'm going to try to open again from here, our dashboard. You can see it's showing your connection is not private, okay? But what I want to do is I'm going to say advanced, all right? And I'm going to say proceed to 𝗟𝗲𝘁'𝘀𝗀, all right? And it's showing this. So what we want to do now is use official, okay? Official, all right? 𝗟𝗲𝘁'𝘀𝗀 Education Fund. And of course, I'm going to paste it in here and I'll say, remember me if this is my system. So if you're not using your system, you don't need to do remember me. If it is your system, you can always do remember me so that anytime you always get access to this page and then, you know, you are able to log back in. All right. So it says, I can't log in. What is happening? 𝗟𝗲𝘁'𝘀𝗀 Education. Oh, I said I made a mistake. I added D. So that's the problem. So these are some of the errors that you're going to encounter. So for instance, the login attempts that I installed, it has been installed already, all right? So it's showing now 2 attempts left. So if I make any other mistake again, so let me do it again. If I make any other silly mistake, all right, and I try to log in, it's going to say error, and it says 1 attempt. So whoever that is trying to hijack your website, okay, will not be able to do anything after trying again, okay? And guess what? You are always going to be notified that somebody is trying to log in into your stuff and you will get that notification. But so that we don't continue to make this error, I'm just going to leave it this way. And okay, I'm going to paste in and then try to log in now. I think it will work. Boom. We are inside our WordPress dashboard. Welcome to WordPress. Okay, these are all advertisements, all right? These are all WordPress advertisements. And one of the things that I always do is I always try to remove all of the WordPress advertisements. I really don't need it. However, sometimes I keep these WordPress advertisements. So for instance, if I'm working with a client, and I'm using 𝗪𝗲𝘗 as my team, there's a way that I always go in. I'll say welcome to WordPress, or sometimes I'll say created by 𝗬𝗏𝗀 Digital. Instead of welcome to WordPress, I will change it to created by 𝗬𝗏𝗀 Digital, so that the client will always remember that we are the ones who created it. 𝗬𝗏𝗀 Digital Solutions are the ones who created their website. So, but for us, this is a tutorial. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to cancel this. I really don't need all of those stuff. And these are also news and all of those, you know, this is comments. This is where you see your comment activities and every other things. At a glance, this is where you see that you have 1 post, 3 posts, 5 pages, 3 comments. You see, we are using WordPress 6.1. We are running on 2023. All right, so it shows you all of these things, okay? And then all of this news as well. Now, this is your dashboard. You can visit your own page this way. Okay, and then of course it's showing updates. So one of the things I always do is we have to go and update the team, update the plugins if it's the first time I'm using it. All right, so even if it is a client that I'm working with, I always do that for them. So I can always go to, now if you, this is okay, going back to the dashboard homepage. All right, let's do this. So this is where you post. This is where you see all your posts, add a new post, add categories, add tags. We're going to talk all about all of these things later on in this tutorial. And this is where you actually add your medias, your videos, your audio, your PDF, your infographic, your image, whatever that you want to add. This is where you add them. And if you also want to add pages like your own page, contact page, blog page, and everything, this is where you do all of those. And if you want to check your comment, the comment that people are leaving on your blog, this is where you also get to see that. If you want to change your theme, this is where you get to see that. If you are good with editing PHP or HTML5, whatever, you can always come here to editor mode and start editing away. All right, and then okay, this is where you go to your plugins. You go to install plugins and see some of the plugins that you already have. If you want to add a new plugin, this is what you will click to add a new plugin. All right, and of course users, this is where you add, this is where you see all of the users on your website. So this is one user, official DAF. So for instance, if I want to add myself as a user, I can add myself. If I want to add you or anybody that is working with 𝗟𝗲𝘁'𝗀𝗰𝗋 on this education fund thing, I can always add them through this channel. Okay, and of course tools, if you want to import, if you want to export, if you want to check your site health, if you want to do anything at all, you can always do that from here. And of course, if you want to go to settings to see your general settings, your writing settings, your reading settings, your whatever settings, this is where you go to do all of those. For me, one of the major things that I always do whenever I install any WordPress website is, you see, this is the loginizer security. It has been installed. It was what was showing at the beginning. So anytime that somebody is trying to hijack your website or trying to do anything, this is what stops them from doing that. You can even add a recapacha, or you can go to security settings and do all of those settings. But normally, all I do is I just install it. I don't even do anything at all. But for instance, let us check. You can come to brute force. Okay, everything has already been set. You don't really need to do anything. It's already there. To see maximum try is 3. So it will show after you fail 3 times, it will lock you out. And then you can only try again after 15 minutes. All right. Once you do it like 5 times, you won't be able to access it. And then it's going to be after 24 hours. All of those stuff, basically. And then, it says we should add backuply. I really didn't want to do that. Okay, I really didn't want to do that. Pay layer, I really don't want to do this. These are paid builders. We already have what we're going to be using. So for me, I always use Avada. However, for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to be using Astra Team. All right, and then we are going to be using the biggest WordPress page builder. All right, that is Elementor. I started using Elementor just I think last month or last 2 months. All right, I'm not very good with Elementor. In fact, you will see that as we go through this video tutorial. All right, for website design, you're going to see that I am not good with Elementor. I'm just really learning. What I normally use is Avada Team, and the paid builder that I normally use that I'm familiar with is Fusion. Fusion. All right. Yeah, Fusion. Avada Fusion. That's the one that I normally make use of, and it is very, very easy. I've used other page builders in the past. All right. But the ones that I really like most is the Fusion page builder. All right, just pretty straightforward and all. However, I think Elementor also does a very good job. So yeah, it's a very fantastic one. Like I said, you can do recapacha, You can come to, you know, whatever you can. I mean, this okay now. It is made available for pro version. You have to get the pro version. But of course, if you want to get the pro version, there are ways in which I make use of, and that I am only going to be teaching you because you are part of this class. All right, that's the only reason I'm going to be teaching you some of the ways to get these premium tools. All right. Okay, but let us continue. I believe now that we already have gained knowledge here. So from us, we're going to come to permalinks. Now it is showing day and time. This one might show plain. You can see this is how your website is going to be rendering. Now, when your website renders like this and adds all of these things, it doesn't make any sense. All right, this doesn't make any sense for your website showing like this. Now, it has already shown you the most important one that you are supposed to use. So it says select the permanent structure for your website, including the post name tag. Makes links easy to understand. The post name tag makes links easy to understand and can help your post rank higher in search engine. So search engine likes it that you make use of this particular option. Now you see this option, you see how it's just adding so many things. It doesn't make any sense. If you use that and then you write a blog. So for instance, let me go back to the home page. Now, if you want to go back to the home page, all you need to do is click here. If you want to go to the dashboard, all you need to do is click here. See, so that's just what you need to do. Okay, again, I'm just going to click back to the home page. All right, so for instance, if I click this our blog, you see it's showing 𝗟𝗲𝘁'𝘀𝗯𝘀 and it's showing 2003. This now doesn't make any sense. What you just want to show is the name, all right, the slug for your. We're going to talk about slug. We're going to talk about all of those things later on in this web design tutorial, but this is what you just need to know. This is a slug actually, but for your slug to make sense, it has to be the name of your so if the name of your headline is 𝗟𝗲𝘁'𝘀𝗯𝘀.com, your slug should be 𝗟𝗲𝘁'𝗀𝗻education-fund. That's just how it's supposed to be. All right, I hope you understand, but you might not understand now, but as we go in this video tutorial, don't worry, you'll be able to, understand everything that you need to understand. Okay, so for here, now I might actually leave this because if I install the 𝗟𝗲 theme automatically will change, all right, this from this, it will change it to this. That's what the 𝗟𝗲 theme will do for you. But for me, I always like to do all these things, every time I install a new website. I do these things first and foremost. Once I do that, all I need to do is hit save and everything will be looking good. So if I come back again to this part, you will see what I'm talking about now. So if I reload, you see that it is showing 404 error. So now if I cancel this particular part, all right, and leave it at this, it is going to show this. Now, this makes more sense. Now, again, like I said, do not worry about this showing not secure. Definitely, it is going to be secured once everything has been fully propagated. All right, again, let's come back to this place. I'm going to come to general settings. These are some of the things that I normally do. So you remember that we put our site name and then we put this. You can still change whatever you want to change here. Okay, you can still change your your email address if you want to change it. All right, you can still do all of those things here. So sometimes, what you can do is go here again. You can go to this place to change to put a picture here. You go to 𝗟𝗲𝘁.com, but I'm going to walk you through an easy method, to probably do that. Or we might still have to go to 𝗟𝗲𝘁.com, but let's see how it goes throughout this training. Okay, so if you have a membership, you want people to register to your website and all of those stuff, you can toggle this on, but I really don't do this. I don't do anything here. Basically, I just leave it as is. Writing, this is there's no category here, but as you continue to write for your blog, you can always add categories and that will change. I'll walk you through all of that as well. Okay, I'll walk you through all of that as well. So I'll walk you through this. I'll walk you through this, what you need to know here. This is actually very important. But for now, since you don't have anything on our blog, I guess we only have sample stuff. But for now, let us leave it as this, and then we'll come out again. Nothing really that is going on here. So we don't really need anything, really. We don't really need anything. So again, let me go to the dashboard. Yeah, so this is the dashboard. So what is the next step that we need to do? We need to install the 𝗟𝗲𝘁 theme. Now, to be able to install the 𝗟𝗲𝘁 theme, one thing that I will share with you, all right, and this is it. This is the page where we already have all of these things. So we already have the plugins. I'll share this page with you, okay? So you will gain access to it, all right? You gain access to these. So all of this stuff is already here. If you want to buy the Elementor stuff, if you want the cracked version, which I'm going to be using, that's the Elementor Pro. That's the one I'm going to be using, you know, for this purpose of this video. For first of all, first and foremost, I'm going to install the free version of 𝗟𝗲𝘁 so that you can see the difference between our free and the pro version. I already have the pro version. It is already here. All right, all you need to do is click here to download. Okay, and of course, if you want to download any other thing, it is from here. So, and all of those stuffs in between. So this is the free version of 𝗟𝗲𝘁. We already have it. Okay, we already have it, and all of this other stuff is what we're going to be using to build out our depot, our WordPress websites. Okay, right. Let me come back to my blog. All right, I'm going to cancel this. Now you can see now one of the things that I also do, let me go back here. One of the things I do is that I always take a screenshot of the before and after what I am doing. So this is the before. This is what our website looks like when I first installed it. So what I would do is that I will take the screenshot of this. Okay, I'll take the screenshot of this. Now, what I normally do, right, is I make use of a particular screenshot tool that actually screenshots everything, but I don't have that particular extension here. I don't have that particular extension here. So maybe this is what I would do. I would just do this, okay? And just going to do this, all right? And save. This is what it is looking like for now. Depot new. I'm going to call it that. All right. And I'm going to come back here. I'm going to come to appearance. I'm going to go to themes. Now you will see a lot of themes that we can actually use. Now you see that we are currently active on 2023. This is 2021. This is 2022. All right. You can see what I'm saying. So if you want to add a new theme, all you need to do is click here to add a new theme. Okay. So I'm going to say add a new theme. Now you will see a lot of website that you can already make use of here. Now this is the 𝗟𝗲𝘁 theme. All right, we can make use of this 𝗟𝗲𝘁 theme. All right, and then continue on making use of what's it called. These are plenty different stuff that we can themes that we can actually make use of. See, ocean theme, we can make use of this. When you make use of this, it's already good. But for us, we want to simply just make use of 𝗟𝗲𝘁. So you can actually install this particular one. You can install this. But for me, I'm just going to come to upload theme. I'm going to say okay. Astral team. I'm going to say Astral team, and I'm going to say install. Okay, it's already installing. Now, sometimes one of the things that you might notice is that when you try to install here, it might not work for you. So for me, most of the time, in fact, now it says our team has been installed. Unpacking the package, installing the team installed successfully. All you need to do is activate, all right, or preview what it's going to look like. So if you preview what the website is going to look like, all right, it's going to come to customize, and you see what the website is going to look like. Now this is what the website is going to look like. Okay, this is what the website is going to look like. Okay, and then you can now begin to edit and do all of those paparazzis and everything. Another way I install my theme is I come to my cPanel, right? Most of the time I work in my cPanel, all right, because sometimes what you're trying to install might be more than what you can install directly from your WordPress. So me, I just basically come to my cPanel, then I come to public HTML, okay? And then I try to look for what was it called? Now this is showing Ajax. Now I'm going to look for 𝗟𝗲𝘁'𝘀𝗰𝗶𝗹. Now this is 𝗟𝗲𝘁'𝘀𝗰𝗶𝗹's file, and I'm going to click that, and I'll go to public HTML. I'm going to come to content. Okay, from content, you see plugins, you see themes, and also I'm going to themes. I'll come to themes, and you can see that I've just installed Astra. You see, so what I would do is I would just install the Astra here, and then I am going to say extract. So once you install, you will install it as a zip file, and then you will right click, and then you say extract. All right, once you extract, it will turn to this, and then automatically it is already on your website, and then you can go on your website and start seeing that particular theme or activate it. All right, just like we will activate this one. So I'm just showing you two ways in which you can do this. Now we already have this particular theme installed, all right, and then we can now go back and check what our website looks like. Now you see that our website, all right, now is looking, our website now has changed a little bit from what it was before to something like this. You can see it has changed a bit to something like this. All right, now this is where I will now go back and install a tool, okay, like backup body. All right, so what I need to do is come to, again, one of the things that we have not done is we have not gone to installed plugins. So we go to install plugins and see some of the plugins that needs updates. Now this needs updates. I will update it like so. Now it has fully updated. This is anti-spam 𝗟𝗲𝘁'𝘀𝗰𝗹 plugin. Most of the time I make use of it so that I can cancel all of the spam comments that will probably come in. All right, but is what I normally activate last. All right, I don't activate it because it requires me to use my Gmail and everything else in between. So I don't activate it. So for this particular stuff, I don't need this plugin. I will remove and delete it. Okay, so basically this is just the 3 plugins we currently have on our website. Okay, we only have 3 plugins on our website, 3 plugins, and it's showing that thank you for installing Astra. Did you know Astra comes with dozens of ready-to-use starter templates. Now, it says, yes, get started and all of those stuff. You can say, okay, get started, activate, and all of those stuffs in between. Okay, so right here is going to say, watch the video, build your website now, and all of those stuffs. But if you actually do not want to do all of these things, I already have the website's templates. Okay, so this is where you now probably go again back to the themes. Okay, and okay, yeah, I think this is supposed to be a plugin. My bad. I know. I just wanted to try my luck. Okay, you see how that failed. So you probably come here to install that or something. Starter templates and all of those. Okay, the plugin is already installed. Okay, yeah, it has already been installed. Okay, it has already been installed. Once I click, immediately I click the. So it says replace current upload and everything. Say Astra starter templates, but they've changed it to starter templates. All right. So I guess we will just probably leave that, and we'll go back to where are we going to go to now? So starter templates. Now we are going to come back here and see some of the templates that are available. Okay, still showing this video. You can probably play and listen to this video. All right, and for us, I'm just going to choose. So you can choose between block editor, Elementor, Beaver builder. So it's just saying choose a particular builder that you want to use. Like I said, we're going to be using the Elementor builder. So I'm going to click Elementor. All right, and then you can see a wide range of templates that you can make use of. All right, you can see a lot of templates that you can make use of right here. Now you can see that these things are showing premium. So if you were to be using the pro version, it is not going to be showing this. So you will basically be able to use anything here. All right, so we are trying to build so for instance, why these starter templates are important is this. The reason why they're important is so if you're trying to build an e-commerce website, all you need to come to an e-commerce session. You can see this. So if you want to build an e-commerce website for ring or all of this jewelry stuff, instead of trying to build a site from scratch, all you need to do is make use of one of these templates. So if you're trying to build a website about eyeglass or eyewears or whatever, or shoes, whatever, sneakers, all you need to do is pick one of these things and make use of it. So for instance, we are trying to build what's it called? An education fund, whatever, something, or what do you call that thing? Let's see. Education fund templates. Let me see what kind of templates we can use. It's showing daycare. This is showing school, kindergarten, university. That's what it's showing because I typed education. Learn-academy. So I'm pretty much going to just, the reason I could have done all of these things that I'm doing. You see, I could have done all of these things and then pick a particular, one that I want to use. But I want you to see the process that we go through when we are building out a website. All right. That is why I'm doing all of these things. I want you to see the process. okay, to see all of the thoughts behind these things. So, online programming course, learn baking. So that's not what we are looking for. So for instance, if I come back to this, you can even still search based off of this and see, okay, what are we trying to do? So if I was trying to build a career website, for instance, career delivery website, okay, I built a website recently for career, all right? If I wanted to do something like that and I use Astra, I can just come here and make use of one of these templates, all right, and fly with it. Okay, so you see, this particular one works for us. We can probably just do it, but that's like a premium stuff. We can't really use it right now. So if you're trying to build a business website, you will look again. You can also create landing pages with this particular template. So what are we looking for? Roofing, personal care. That's not what we're looking for. Professional web designer. If you want to create if you want to create a website for yourself as a web designer, you can do this here. All right, consultant, photography, coach, whatever that you want to do. Okay, if you want to build a portfolio and a CV of photographer or something, you see, let's search for portfolio. All right, so if you're trying to build a portfolio for yourself, you see, a portfolio, I'm a web developer, Natalia name, put your picture, and then your portfolio is ready and set to go. So you can do that with Astra team, really. Just easy peasy, right? So that's not what we're trying to do again. So the charity now, so charity is more of what we're trying to look for here. So kindergarten, institution, wedding, celebration, that's not what we were looking for. Blog, no. We are not looking for something like this. So we are not looking for anything like this. So what we are looking for, yes, more towards charity, because it is an education fund. All right, so we are going to come here and pick any of these particular templates. All right, this is showing church, this is showing charity, this is showing women empowerment NGO. We are not trying to do women empowerment, we are not trying to do elderly. Okay, maybe I might decide to probably use this particular one. Okay, because whatever we're trying to do, we're trying to build a very simplistic website. Okay, yeah, so let us use this particular template. Okay, so we are going to be using this particular template. You can see it has donate, home, about, what we do, contact. And now here's another thing that I like to do anytime I'm building a website. So normally when I'm building a website, I always have a place where I have the content that I want to use. So I have all of the images, I have all of the videos, if I'm going to be using videos, I have everything that I want to use. I have named all of them. And then all I need to do is pick them one by one whenever I want to use them. However, because of the tutorial, I want you to see what I do. I didn't do that. So normally I could have probably downloaded this stuff and then create a logo, all right, that looks like this particular one, like that is in this particular size, all right. Download the graphics, the everything else that I really want, all of this image, I would have downloaded it and create something like that and then save it, all right, something that matches with 𝗟𝗲𝘁'𝘀𝗀, I would have done all of these things. Okay. Another thing that I do is that I always open multiple websites that look like what I am trying to build. All right. And then I begin to model after those websites. All right. I begin to model. You can see that. So if I wanted to change this logo, I can change this logo right here. I can increase the width. I can do whatever right here. But for now, I don't want to do anything. What I just want to do is that I want to skip all of these parts. So I can also change the colors. Now the current colors is this color. You see, that's the color that you're currently seeing here. That's the default color that you're currently seeing. If I wanted to change this, I can change this. You can see it has changed a bit. So if I go back here again, you will see that it is showing this color. If I wanted to change it to another one again, I'll pick this one. But again, I'm going to leave it at this color for now. All right. Because in fact, I have not yet chosen the kind of color that I want to use. Now, it is also showing poppins as the main So for now, I just want to click continue and just go away from here. So it's saying import advanced options, import customizer settings, import widgets, install required plugins, import content, So this import content simply says, let me put it this for you. Selecting this option will import dummy pages, posts, images, and menus. I always like it this way. Import everything so that I can go in and edit whatever I want to edit. I don't want to do much work. I just want to go in and do easy work. All right. That's why I always import everything. I don't want to start from scratch. Share non-sensitive data. Help our developers, all of those plugins needed to import these templates are missing. Require plugins to be installed and activated automatically. Yes. So this part, all I need to do is put my name. All right. Damola, and I'm going to put my email, and I'm going to say I am I'll just say I'm intermediate, or I don't want to say I'm an expert. I'll just say I'm intermediate. All right. And I'm going to say I am building for my clients. Okay. And I'm going to say submit and view my website. And then I'm going to wait for this to install. All right. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Now it says we are building, we are done. Congratulations. Your website is live. Okay, this page doesn't exist. All right, so we see we have our website, all of the, these things are already there. The email, everything is there. I don't really need to do anything. So if I go to the home page, you will see everything is looking fine. Everything is looking the way I want it already. I'm not going to be doing much right here. I'm not going to be doing much. All I need to do is change the information, change the content here and there, and I am good to go. If I come back to the about, all right, the same thing is what I'm going to be doing. You see, I'm just going to be changing things here and there, change the logo. If I wanted to have our partners, whatever. All this is all I need to do really. And then contact page, right? And then so how people can get in touch with us. Basically, what do you need in a website? This is your website. Your website is already live. Your website is already good. You don't need anything. Okay. You don't really need anything. So maybe the next thing I'll probably walk you through is go to customizer. Normally, you can, from your home page, you can click here, customizer. But for the sake of understanding this class very well, so here's what I'll do. I'll close this out. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. All right. From the dashboard, you can simply now, we already have enable form entry backups. All right. We already have this particular stuff. It's part of the plugins that has been pre-installed for. So if you go back to plugins now, you see that there are new plugins that has been installed. Okay. Okay. And this is it. So we already have WP forms and all. Now, before we go any further, there are some plugins that you need to install. All right, going forward. Now, one of them is I'm going to install backup body. We need to back up what we have done so far. So I will say backup body. All right. Now there are plethora plugins that you can use to supercharge your website. All right, they are plethora. There are plenty of them. that you can use to supercharge your website. There are more than 80,000, if I'm not mistaken, plugins in the WordPress repository, all right, that you can make use of, okay, to supercharge your website. There are plenty of them, okay, that you can use to supercharge your website. I think I'm seeing Backup.ly. All right, so we're going to be using Backup.ly. Okay, Backup.ly is what we're going to be using. So activate. Once you install, it will now say you should activate. So that has been activated. What I want to do now is go to my settings of Backup.ly. Okay, I'll go to Backup.ly. I'll go to dashboard, and I will come to it's loading, and I will say I'll say backup directories and database. Okay, and it will generate. All right, guys. So I currently have a backup of the website. So in case anything happens, I can easily restore here. However, one of the things after backing up, one of the things that you have to do is download the backup that you took. So this backup was around this time. Okay, so what I want to do is download most recent log files. So I think this is it. These are some of the things that I've done. Set up, just make so will not be deleted. Probably just say download. Something is this what I'm supposed to download? I'm coming. Something is not clear with this backup system that I make use of. I know that I'm supposed to see what I just did. The former backup tool that I was using was not giving me what I want, so I had to use something else. But even this one, and again, one of the things that you need to know is that all of these things that are showing are advertisements. You really don't need them, so just close them out. You really don't need them. They are distractions, so close them out. All right. Backup, click to download. So I don't know why I can't download this. Okay. Saying log something. I should be able to download. Okay, yeah. So download to your computer. So I think I'm good. So all I need now is to download that backup to my computer so that anytime I want to continue, I can always just upload it back in. All right, and restore. So I upload it back in and restore. So for instance, if I've done any mistake, I can just hit restore from here. So that's just basically. So sorry about this one. This is not what we ought to download. Yeah. So I think with that, we are good with this class. So in the next class, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be walking you through how to change what and what, all right, from the website. Let me see what we have been able to cover. So we've covered theme, WordPress, Astra, installing plugins. Now, let me show you how to install plugins before I go. There are some plugins that I've actually downloaded, all right, that we're going to be using, all right, throughout this process. So there are two major ways to actually install plugins. So the first one is to actually come to add new and search for whatever kind of plugin that you are looking for. So if you want to add a plugin like WhatsApp, so this is one of the websites that I created for my clients. All right, let me go out of this website. This is the career website that I was talking about, guys. So This is it right here, the career website that I was talking about. All of these things. Now, adding all of these things, adding it to be able to track numbers and all of these things. These are all the works of plugins. All of these things are works of, plugins. Of course, I had to add some, little adjustments here, all right, using Google Map and all. But this particular one is a plugin. All you need to do is add a plugin. So if here you see, you can easily chat with anybody right here. But this was made possible by a plugin. So you can do all of these things as well, by just adding a plugin. And all you need to do is just search. So for instance, if I search WhatsApp, okay, it's going to show me WhatsApp tools that I can make use of. So you can see, click to chat, WhatsApp. So you can see anything at all that you can think of that you want to add on your website. Just search for it here and you will see it. Or if you already have the tool that you want to, use, all you need to do is come to upload plugin and then say choose a file, just like we did with the team. All right, and then you come down and pick the kind of file that you want to, put. So we already have classic editor. So we want to use this one, duplicate page. So to make our duplicating page easy for us, so we are going to pick this. We are going to install like so. You just say install, and then once it shows, you say activate. You will say activate, and then after that you say add new. All right. Once you say add new, you say upload plugin. You will say choose file, and then you will scroll back again to where you want to pick your stuff, and then you will pick again. So if you wanted to use a really simple SSL, what's it called? So for instance, if your server does not have SSL, so I have a really simple SSL plugin file for you. I really don't need this, all right? Because eventually my website is going to be secured. So I don't need to upload this. So if you need it, you can download it. It's already available. And, for download, I will send that particular file to you for you to be able to download it. All right. And of course, again, to install the header footer for Elementor plugin. All right. And then we will say install now. Okay. And then it will install and we'll say activate plugin. Okay. We will say add new, upload plugin, choose file. And then we will scroll down again and see which of the stuff we want to add again. We will say WP user avatar, which is the same thing as profile, what's it called? Profile, press profile. All right. You will say install, and then it will, try to install. Once it is done installing, you will say activate plugin. Okay. Once you are done, you will say add new. Okay. You will say upload plugin. You will say choose file, and then you scroll down again and choose social sharing by Danny. Okay. And then you will activate plugin. All right. You will say add new, and then you say upload plugin, and then you will choose a file. You will scroll down and see which one you want to add again. Which other one do you want to add again? I think we are good. I think we are good. Classic widgets. Classic widget 2.0. Let us see this. Now, if you wanted to add a WooCommerce to your website, so you want to sell something on your website. So we are not selling anything on the Diko Awojide's website. So we won't be adding this WooCommerce option. But if your website is an e-commerce website, for instance, you're creating an e-commerce website, you are going to be needing this WooCommerce, all right, plugin. This thing you're going to be needing, this is the gateway. This is where you're able to add payment gateways like Stripe, PayPal, Payoneer, whatever that you want to add, like Paystack. This is what you will use to add all of those, all right? But for us, we are not going to be needing this. So we will only have this particular classic widget, and that is it. We are done, and we say activate login. And after doing all of this, what we will now do is we will try to, you see, it's showing that now we have this thing right here is showing that we have plugins that needs to be updated. They need to be updated to the newest version. So you see all of these plugins need to be updated. So you see that particular name was different. Now it is called 𝗵𝗶𝗹 now. It has changed to 𝗵𝗶𝗹. So what we need to do is click by selecting everything, okay? And then you will say update plugins. And then it will update all of the plugins one after the other. Okay. Now that everything has been updated, you go, there's still one more that needs to be updated, and that is the theme. You will come back here to go to WordPress, and then you will see this is the Astra plugin. It needs, you have version 4.0. Now there's 4.1. This is the 4.0. There's 4.1. All you need to do is click here and then update themes. It is always very important to update your plugins and your themes. Very, very, very important, so that your website doesn't become vulnerable for hack. All right, now everything is fine. We have updated everything on our website is looking good. Now, what is the next step of action? What next are we supposed to do? Install plugins. Now we have installed plugins. Now this particular one, fixing things, Ctrl+Shift+Reload. So for instance, if you're trying to do anything in WordPress, so for instance, you have been working and then you now see that the update that you made is not being reflected. All you need to do is click Ctrl+Shift+Reload, all right, or clear your cache, all right, or view your website with incognito mode, or just restore the entire thing entirely, or maybe use a VPN to check whether your current internet or your location has been blacklisted. So if your location has been blacklisted, you won't be able to visit your website. So you need to whitelist by using a VPN. That was what I did, all right, when we started this particular video session. All right, and of course, we have also backed up our website using updrafts. All right, we didn't use backup body because I couldn't find backup body in the WordPress repository, so I had to use updrafts. All right, and of course we have set our permalinks, everything we have covered in this particular course outline. So the next step is to edit, all right, our 𝗬𝗂𝗯𝘀 website by changing the logo. So for instance, I'm going to go back to the home page. All right, I'll go back to the home page and you will see what the home page is looking like. It says this page doesn't seem to exist. It's showing this way. All right, now if you want to make sure that our website is showing very well, now I guess this is going to show, but this is not showing. Why is this not showing? Okay, now if you come here, it might probably not show, all right, but it is showing here. Now the reason is because this is showing home. This is what they made use of to design this particular stuff, all right. So but when you go here, so one of the things that you need to notice is that once a particular page is not on your website, it's going to show a 404 error. You can set it as 404, but this is showing this page doesn't seem to exist. It looks like the link pointing here was faulty. Maybe try searching. So you can search for whatever that you want to search. So if you want to search for about, you can just say about, and then you will see your about page or whatever page that you want to go through or visit, so that kind of thing. So really awesome. I kind of like love this website. So the next video that we're going to be working on, we are going to be building and changing all of this verbiage. So we're going to be changing all this verbiage. We find and fund, we provide and care. We will keep the ones that needs to be kept. We will remove the ones that need to be removed. That's just basically what we are going to be doing, guys. All right. I hope that you've been able to learn from this particular class. I will see you in the next class, guys. All right, guys. That's the end of this tutorial. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I post new content. I will see you in the next class.